All right, and welcome into the company for a Monday on April 1st, a week before my birthday.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Wow.
Happy early birthday, Brady.
Happy birthday.
The week before you, or we're going to be doing a show on my birthday, matter of fact. So you can all say happy birthday shit.
Oh, we going to talk shit.
We'll be drunk.
Yes.
Anyway.
This nigga's 47.
He's at least 58.
No, all y'all kids go to hell. Anyway,
Brian's getting ARP stuff in the mail right now.
A week has passed. If you had a functional bracket last time we talked, you do not right now.
Except for this nigga. My team's still in it. Michigan, well, it ain't my team, but the team I picked. Michigan State.
Well, for the most part, everybody besides like 6 people in North America has a functional bracket.
Oh, good.
Well, my Final Four looked rough, but my team to win is still in it. They got 2 more chances to win, so there you go.
I've never seen so many people put so much on one person before, and it backfired. I feel sorry for that. That's a lot of pressure for 17, 18 year old.
Like them Nikes.
You didn't act like it.
Like them Nikes. God.
Rude.
Poor Zion. But yeah, he didn't act like it. He handled it with a maturity I've never seen.
Yeah.
So he's good because
his teammates not so much, but he's great.
Well, he knows as soon as he leaves that court, he's walking into like a $40-50 million contract, maybe.
I mean, potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, nothing
that's
really
just
hurting him. Yeah, shoe deal, endorsements, his whatever contract he get. I think he going to the Knicks. Is it the Knicks that want him?
We still don't know the lottery lineup, but right now, based on how sorry they are, it's looking like the Knicks. Mm-hmm. It's based on chance. Like they do the little lottery balls, like the pick 6 type shit.
Wow, okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how they do it.
I thought it was like highest bidder or whatever.
Yo,
so this isn't like
auction, man.
So and you got to excuse my ignorance with sports, but the way they draft in the NFL isn't like they do in the NBA.
Yeah, the NFL is based on how sorry you are, or if you've traded picks away. So let's say I'm the Panthers. We were the worst team in the league last year. We'll become the number 1 pick. But let's say we trade it off, it'll be whoever we traded off to could be the number 1 pick. It likely doesn't happen. Everybody keeps that one, but you could trade away picks. So it won't be the same for every round. It'll be different orders just because people trade and give picks and different types of trades and whatnot.
Okay. So he's not really definitely going to the Knicks. It's whoever.
No, they'll just have a higher chance because they'll have more balls than little thing. Fuck out of here. God, dog.
More spheres.
Oh, yeah, you know about that. More spheres.
Anything to avoid saying balls.
Whatever.
But I'm happy. I don't want to say I'm happy for him because he didn't get what he wanted, I guess. And like y'all were saying, a freshman team never wins the Final Four.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I just don't see that happening.
I mean,
it's hard.
You were just in high school last year, and now you're on the bigger stage than you've ever been.
Yeah, they haven't been through that. They haven't played together these couple of years. That's why Gonzaga and Butler just be running through these teams because they so cohesive and played for a while.
Yeah.
Well, tis what it is. Your bracket ain't shit. Who you got? Who did you say you got winning the whole thing?
Michigan State. I picked that, and everybody laughed at me, even at work. I was like,
"Oh man!"
I'm like, Tom Izzo is like legit. Everybody else has people who are like, they're these great freshman phenoms, but he got like people who have been there before. That's why I picked him.
They have
You just picked him because he got your nickname.
Nah, no, I literally did that. I picked against Duke. I've been a Duke fan since I can remember watching college basketball, so that was a hard pick to make.
Okay. I mean, that logic makes sense to me because I mean, if you got a team who knows how to work together, I mean, that's just better than having a whole.
He's just coached in so many of those situations with these type of teams. That's why I thought it was a better pick. Now they could lose. I just thought it was a better pick.
Now, you know what's gonna happen. You said they could lose. If they lose, then everybody who was talking shit that lost and messed their bracket up gonna start talking shit again when your team gets beat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is.
That's
the way it is. We like to blanket you in hate. We like to make sure that you feel the full circumference of our hate come all the way around, even when we ain't in the shit no more.
Yeah.
It's the way sports works. So anyway, week went by. A lot of things was going on. Unfortunately, we do have some bad news, and some good things did happen. Depending on what side of the spectrum you're looking on. Let's start with some light stuff. Okay. So we got this guy. I've never heard of this guy. I think there's a different rapper out every week. I can't keep up with it anymore. So I failed to try. But this guy named Lil Nas X came out with a song. I know it's already out of it. Lil Nas X came out with this country song. What's the name of the song, Izzo?
Old Town Road. I would say Old
Town Road.
I mean,
now, when you listen to Old Town Road, it has a country undertone. He's singing country music. I guess it has a storyline or whatever like that.
No,
all the makings of a country song. Well, some country song. So apparently, it was put on the country Billboard or whatever you want to call it initially, and hit number one. Boy, he pissed somebody off.
We don't like your Conron.
Hell no. The Academy or whatever you want to call them went to work over the weekend and came back and saw that shit number one. No.
Hey, that's what it means. The numbers don't lie. Check the scoreboard. Them numbers did not lie because they
yanked that song down so quick. Now the thing is, they yanked it down. Is the bassist racist?
Is the bassist racist?
That
sounds like a first name headline.
So can we? All right. So to say it's racist, I wouldn't say that. But here's the thing about it. All right. If you listen to that song, it sounds like a trap song. So
it sounds like some shit. It sounds
I mean, it's not a good song anyway, but it's like it's a trap song. So when you hear it, it's like, is this really falling into that same like pattern of notes in the way the instrument is played, if any instruments are played at all? Like, it just doesn't sound like a country song straight up.
Well, and that's the thing. You can't really. I think country is doing this evolving, and it does it every now and then.
Yeah,
like some people think Kid Rock is pure country.
Is what?
Well, actually, Kid Rock was actually a rapper first.
Right? Yeah.
He got into the country.
He was a rapper when they had the big old tall boxes, and he straight up had his hair
so he looked like dude off Virtua Fighter.
I mean, for real, like a slim version of him. Yeah.
Damn, Virtua Fighter.
Was it Jack from Tekken?
Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm saying is that something where you could just be like, this is not country because of this, this, and this? Because shit, to me, what's the girl's name that Kanye made famous?
Oh, what's her name? Taylor Swift. She's not in my realm.
She don't sound country.
But that's she's kind of went away from country. I know
she's kind of gone away.
She's more in a pop realm now. Like I don't even
think like country when she first came out as a little
correct.
girl. She was like pure country.
Did. Absolutely was.
But she's evolved as an artist.
Well, except for those songs she claims she write about her exes, but whatever.
I mean,
I don't think
y'all can go to
fuck out of here.
I don't think the basis for them removing it was racist.
Is attractive too. I don't know what it is.
Go ahead,
got everybody quiet.
I don't think the basis they took it down for was racist. I just think there's a group of people that don't like hip hop.
I mean, see, here's the thing.
Remember, I think that came from a purely we hate hip hop stance.
All right, remember a couple years ago, it was like a year or so ago, there's a YouTube channel called SciShow. They actually did a scientific study on the most influential form of music, and rap and hip hop / rap is the most influential form of music to date, based on the way that it actually changed the way people actually
delivered their cadence throughout songs is how they actually judged it. So rap is responsible for a lot of what people think is popular. And to say that, country can make this shift, yes, that's true. But there's no simple denying that rap is probably the most it's given the most contribution to any other form of music. Because I mean, what was the song that Nelly had that was actually like
come out?
I can't remember the song.
That's
but
what
that
I
actually,
was about to say. It's not only just him. Like, so Nelly him and T.I. both have been featured on country songs,
right?
And nobody pulled those songs. Then plus, Jason Aldean actually reached out to quite a few hip hop artists and a few of his songs because he rapped in a few of them. And he was like, I'm not a rapper, so I want to see what your point of view is so I can rap in my songs. And
I'm thinking this is more so about the labels and distributors, more so it's about race. Since y'all said that, I've changed my opinion. Because it's funny how those things, people knew those songs were coming. They knew they were recorded. The labels knew, they lined them up. And it's like, this dude comes out of nowhere with a SoundCloud, YouTube type song. And it's like, what the fuck?
So I was just reading too. So he's, have y'all heard of TikTok?
That name sounds very familiar.
It's an app they bought out. I forget what.
That thing that they keep advertising.
Yes, I see it on my Twitter all the time.
So there's a lot of you get on there and you can like mouth your mouth to try and match up with songs and things like that. And so they basically they took his song and they put some sort of yeehaw challenge out there. And so everybody was like rapping his song to the country song, and they were mouthing to it. And he said that he credits that app and that whole situation of really blowing that song up.
Yeah, I think that I keep saying I think, but I think the problem is, country could actually use that kind of boost just to cross over. It's such an exclusionary type of music, and there are people that are trying to keep country music in this like realm where there's a lot more people that would like it if they would open the doors to it.
They're trying to make country great again.
Country is one of those things where if you talk to people, that's one of those things a lot of people listen to their car and sing along, but like, let's say they break out with their friends, they're not playing it. You always hear people say, I listen to this. I'm like, when? You don't play it around me.
I did country.
Yeah, I like country music. I like quite a few songs.
I'm going to loop back to that point later.
What point?
The point about listening to your car and nobody knowing that you ever heard it.
That's how I've heard.
I'll loop back to that point later.
I got you.
Yeah. But I don't know if they should have removed it. I'm not a fan of a lot of trap music. And if the people, quote unquote, the people felt that song was worth being number one, then let it be up there. It's not like they just put it there for no reason. Somebody voted it up there.
Yeah, algorithms liked it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's if it fits on a certain demographics chart, and that's what the people want, then I guess that's what it is. Who's the one who defines the conventions of what a certain type of music is supposed to be?
Yeah.
Thriller might be, if you look at Thriller in and of itself, it's probably the most confusing album made because it crosses like 4 different genres of music, but you can consider it pop ultimately, right?
Especially like the song Thriller is a lot of damn guitar.
Right.
So, and not just guitar, rock guitar.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So it's a pop song, but it's got a lot of a more rock base to it, right? So the same thing could be said here too, is that it's definitely sounds more like a trap song, but ultimately if it fits into the genre of what people talk about, how the pattern of words is used and what have you, then if it fits. And that's what the people say, and that's what's on that chart, and that's what the algorithm tells you.
But this is the dangers of the music industry. It's like you can like something, but if the people at this boardroom 100,000 miles away from you say this is not what you should like, we're gonna yank it down, then they control that, and that's not fair. It's not fair. They're basically telling you what you should like, what you should listen to, and what should be on those charts.
Well, let's think about it this way though, is that with YouTube and that sort of thing, because we have an algorithm, I mean, you can chase it all you want, but the user is ultimately the one who's going to make or break something.
Mm-hmm.
So
but if they keep taking it off those charts, he won't get an award for it, even though he probably deserves an award for that song. And that piss them off more. If they get to the Country Music Awards,
I mean,
and Little Nas X got to walk on stage and get a CMA.
He's so damn dumb, bro.
I'm gonna die laughing. I'll watch the CMAs if that happens.
I didn't know anything about
Jason
this
Aldean.
And Little Nas X.
Y'all are dumb.
Hey, real quick.
I was just reading.
Oh, go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Before we get off this, Billboard, they were basically saying that it didn't meet enough of today's country music. Criteria to be considered country song. So then they turned around and asked Lil Nas X what he thought, and I mean, the song sounds stupid at first listen to me, and whatever, but his response is kind of on point. He said the song is country trap. It's not one, it's not the other, it's both, so it should be on both.
I ain't mad at that.
I mean, that's pretty intelligent comment.
All I'm saying is if he deserves something for that song, if that song was supposed to be on the #1 spot on the billboards for as long as it needs to be to get an award, then that man needs the award. The reason they took it down is so he wouldn't get that award.
Right.
They don't have to invite him to the CMAs. They don't have to have him as a guest host on nothing. They can just forget the song ever came out.
Like most of us want to do anyways.
Right. Yeah.
So this is my thing about that. So country, and being someone that's a hip hop head that also loves country music, right? Country trap.
Sounds stupid. Sounds stupid.
Yeah,
sounds stupid. For somebody who likes both, sounds stupid.
I mean,
but now it is a thing.
But even like when the Nelly thing popped, we look like ew.
Country trap.
It's a thing now, so we have to make room for it.
But real quick question.
He's not going to be the last one.
What was the thing about?
Thing because he made it a thing, and
no,
it becomes a thing if more artists jump on it.
Yeah, true.
So if it's just him and he's doing it by himself, it's not a thing, and country music can probably kick his ass out. And
yeah, we won't even know.
It becomes a thing.
Don't make that genre of music like the Zip Drive.
It becomes a thing when it starts making money.
I mean, so look at it. So he's actually kind of the opposite of Bubba Sparks. Bubba Sparks was a white country ass dude that rapped, right?
Okay.
So he's kind of the exact opposite. And even though Bubba Sparks was very talented, I mean, I know some people would fight me on that, but he was very talented.
I thought he was. I like Bubba Sparks.
I mean, I did too. And being a white country dude that raps, I dug it. But anyways, Bubba Sparks' career didn't really take off because of such, right? Because it's hard for somebody to look at somebody that's #1 white in the rap game and then really country.
Mm-hmm.
It just don't really mix with what hip hop was. At least at the
regardless,
time.
We knew what he was doing. We knew that he was part of the rap genre. Now, this guy, of course, he's a black guy,
but he was singing over banjos.
But still, it's still hip hop. They don't know where to put this guy.
They still marketed it hip hop, yeah.
Yeah, but let's say this guy, they accept this guy into the country genre. Where do they put him? Who is his contender when they have to give awards? Who is he pairing with? What part of Sam Goody, whatever music store that's still open, where do they put his CD?
Country trap.
There's nowhere to put him.
Told y'all.
It's like being in a house full of junk. Somebody give you something that's like, I ain't got nowhere to put this. So for that reason, I'm gonna throw the shit back outside. I got nowhere to put it.
I got something I just thought about. You remember when Beyonce put out that Daddy Lesson song featuring the Dixie Chicks? Y'all know they pulled it out of that Grammy category. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. That's what it just hit me. That's what I was trying to
out the country.
Beyonce being on CMT.
Yeah, remember, like people felt some type of way. It's like they almost felt like it was a damn invasion, and I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all got more eyeballs because of her being on that show. I hope you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they pulled that. Trying to find it. I do remember that. I saw the headline a second ago. I had to look it up.
But
Yeah, they didn't like that she was.
I mean, bottom line, it's probably just gonna get pulled and forgot. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. We can't like boycott country music because shit, how many of us listen to country music, you know? So I mean,
yes, it was rejected by the Grammys.
I mean, since I made my comparison, at least Bubba Sparks had talent.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling this.
Yeah,
Right.
So it can be forgotten and we can move on.
I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, sure I can. That's what Billboard did. That's exactly what Billboard did.
But do you at least identify the fact that this is a different generation? It's a different generation of music listeners, different generation of country listeners, hip hop, all that stuff. So they really are the ones who have to find a place to put this guy. Of course, nothing that comes out now we're not gonna like it because everything that comes out we're gonna pick it apart.
Right now, it's not a wide array. That's the thing. It's everything's close to the same versus that they're further apart and being different though. Like hell, in the '93, you could have a Wu-Tang album, you could have a Digital Planets album, you could have a Far Side album, you could have this, you could have that. It is not like that now.
Yeah, everybody's music sounds basically the same, and this is
everybody using the same 3 producers.
This is just another example of that same thing.
Yeah,
so we're back on hip hop now, right?
Well, yeah, that's how I brought it back to hip hop. Yes, because I can't talk about no country producers. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't name one country label. But yeah, everybody using the same 3 producers. That's why everybody pretty much sound the same. Either the same 3 producers or a beat app that they downloaded on their phone.
Metro Boomin wants some. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. My other thing is,
on the beat.
Why does there have to be all this crossover? Why can't country music just be country music and hip hop be hip hop?
You don't want things to be integrated.
I mean, I love integration, but I also dig variety, right? So
no, I agree too.
But I think everything just becomes the same sound, and it's just pop music. There is no country, no jazz.
I think that's where we're going because think about it. At one time, you had industries that were sectioned off by, you could say, by regions of the country, and there were technological implications as to get from one side of the globe or one side of the country to another. Now it's literally I can just tweet somebody and then have a collaboration with that person in the next 5 minutes. So I mean, to say that the thought of saying not being able to collaborate or having this variety, I think you are getting variety. It's just that everybody's doing something that's quick and very easy to produce, and there's not really that same kind of artistic edge that we used to have, for the stuff that for the artists that we create. Because even if you look at like some country music from 10, 15, 20 years ago, it's totally different. Even if you look at like you were saying, Izzo, about like we're using the same 3 producers now. You go back 20 years, I mean, that's a totally different landscape of like what type of stuff. Like, you can almost pick apart who's producing what based upon like just the track itself, like who's doing, So I think now it's just the fact that everybody can basically have a collaboration with somebody just because it's like I can just send a quick message and then it's like, well, I want to work with this person, so there you go.
Yeah.
Well, everything is microwaved. Maybe that's what we could call it, micro rap.
That's why we have air fryers now.
I want an air fryer.
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind getting an air fryer.
Hey, those are clutch. They pretty lit.
And we old, man. How we just go from that to everybody talking about they want?
What's out an air fryer? I'm sleepy. Are we moving on?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, man.
Huh?
Fuck this shit.
Sosa just got angry for no reason.
I don't know. He stay angry.
No. All right, so
we're not even gonna know this dude's name in a week.
That's fine. That's cool. We just said he was done an injustice, but we don't give a shit. He just done an injustice.
But you know what happened though? Just by us bringing him up and talking about him, I hit the YouTube song up. Izzo hit the YouTube song up. We done gave him a few hits already.
Shit.
Just by we contributed to the BS.
The algorithm gonna
mess us. Hey, sorry. He got 2 out of me because I listened to it last week to figure it out.
He gonna be like that one R&B dude that we already forgot his name.
Oh, Jacquees.
Oh
Yeah, that fucking.
Oh, the only reason is because I watched a Baby interview and he said Jacquees. I'm like, he can't sing, but that's neither here nor there.
Whack ass
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, can't have the
All right, so
he
I hate
got it.
to jump off something light to something heavy, but we did have a tragedy here in South Carolina last week. A young lady lost her life around 2:00 in the morning. She was waiting for an Uber downtown Columbia, South Carolina, and she called her Uber, or somebody called her Uber for her, I guess. And while she was waiting for her, the car pulled up. She jumps in the car. Car leaves. She was thinking it was her Uber, and wound up being murdered by this guy. So the guy drove at least 70 miles outside of Columbia
To Clarendon County. Where's Clarendon County anyway? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But dumped her body and then came back to Columbia. Came back to Columbia, and that's what they called him. When they called him, he had the girl's blood and her cell phone and some bleach in the back seat.
Oh, so her the phone was pinging off the towers or something? That's how they found him?
No,
I'm guessing.
I think it was just a traffic stop. I think. He just happened to
because they knew what kind of vehicle to look for. I did read that.
Mhm.
I knew that answer. Got you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, basically,
They were stopping.
had,
They were stopping a lot of vehicles that looked just like it. Yeah. I did
Right.
read that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So now they're trying to come up with some sort of regulations or some sort of safeguard so it doesn't happen again. They're trying to impose on Uber and Lyft or another ride sharing companies. I really don't know what else you can do to make that safer.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not
like who's
I'm not
in
talking
here.
bad about
Who's in here ridden Uber just so we can all?
I've done Uber.
I know. Me and Sosa have. We have been together.
I've been lazy.
Yeah, me and you've been drunk in Uber before.
Yeah.
I only again, I'm not talking bad about the dead. You know, she was 20 something,
22,
right.
I believe.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. So I'm not talking bad, but I don't understand why the buddy system isn't more enforced. Not enforced like a law, but like,
but thought of. But one of those things in the front of your brain, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
you basically saying like, where were the friends and what was the mindset? Like, you can't just.
I mean, yeah, you can regulate this shit all you want, but where the fuck are people at?
Yeah.
So what I wonder is and first off, let me say my condolences. If anybody, from this that knows her or anything is watching, deeply so sorry for your loss. My worries about it is, number one, was there a Uber sign on the car? Like, did he have a fictitious Uber sign? And if that was the case, then how did he even know that she was calling for an Uber? Right.
So here's the thing, Jason, and I've heard people say this, and I've seen this before. When somebody's waiting for an Uber, I talked to somebody earlier about this. This person that I talked to earlier said they were just at a light. They're not an Uber, no stickers on the car or anything. So they're at a light waiting for the light to change. Somebody comes up and starts pulling on the door handles. And they're in their phone and pulling the door handles at the same time.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Then they walk up to the front passenger side and pull the door handle again. And they bend down and look in and say, "Are you my Uber?" You know?
They don't even look at the picture.
Yeah, that's about to say that don't make no sense to me because on Uber it says like what kind of car it is,
kind of car, license plate.
Exactly.
And then this is my other part of it. From what I understand is she called the Uber and then canceled the Uber at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if canceled it, then who was was there somebody else in the back seat that she knew that she was just so willing to jump in the back seat? You see what I'm saying?
They said that she canceled the Uber.
That's
from what I understand. From what I understand, and of course we're getting all these. Everybody comes up with a story about what happened, and we can't do anything but take it as word. I heard the Uber that she actually called came pulled up like 5 minutes later. So that's what I heard.
I mean, how many of y'all have been blackout drunk?
I've never been drunk in my life.
All of us,
no.
except for Rich. I'm sorry.
I've never been drunk in my life.
Brian's been my bodyguard in one of those moments.
Yeah.
Pause.
But that's the point. You know, I mean, I could have easily just jumped into a
Fuck,
shut up. But see, here's the thing, though, and I see what you're saying. Sosa, you know, she should have had somebody with her. But how many times have they already been out and they were like, "I'll just call you Uber. You go home. I'll see you when I get home." That type thing probably happens a million times a night with no incident.
Right.
You're right.
You know, and it was just.
And I mean, the reports even said that after he, you know, allegedly or did, you know, I'm gonna say he did it right now, but whatever. After he did it, he shot all the way back to 5 points.
Yeah.
Just to party a little bit more.
Huh?
Like, golly. Yeah.
I saw a meme.
Oh shit!
Maybe about a month ago. It said in 1990s, don't talk to no strangers, don't get into no car that you don't know. In 2018, follow Uber.
Yep. Get in the car with strangers.
Well, a taxi's a stranger.
I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, but for us,
because I saw the same meme, Sosa, and I was like, "Dang, that's a good point." But now that
for us, that's common sense. You know, okay, if you don't get in the car, just hit me up when you get there, or whatever.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just so Uber everywhere. Get
Well, there's
Uber
a
Eats,
difference
have your food eaten.
You said a taxi. You said a taxi is a stranger, but a taxi is a moving business. Like they go someplace to get their car. There's a central location for that taxi.
But I don't see the face, and I don't see the reviews. I don't see their license plate. I ain't know a clue. Like no preconceived notion of what they are until I get in the vehicle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you do once you get in the vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing is the whole like child lock thing. He had the child lock so it's premeditated.
Yeah, that's what got me about it because it's like that's like he was targeting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was waiting for one.
I also checked out his Facebook, man. But as soon as they put it like on the what's it called when the police
blotter,
that's it.
Whatever. The press conference is what I was trying to say. As soon as they put it on the press conference, like they put his name and face or his name out there, not his picture. So I wanted to see what he looked like. So I went on his Facebook. He's got like friends and like family of friends and everything that are like on there saying he didn't do it and saying how can you just jump to conclusions and everything. It's like, I mean, the police found you with her blood in your trunk and in your car, and her cell phone in your car, and you had cleaning supplies where you were ready to clean it.
Maybe he
and
does
we
that
got you on video.
Maybe he does that at night.
Our picture got you leaning on the same car that they saw in the video. It's like, bro,
yeah.
That's not circumstantial evidence.
That thing walking like a duck bee.
For real. Yeah. And so they got people and they've been making it like all kind of craziness where they trying to defend Buddy and
I mean,
they start talking. Yeah,
I get it too though, because I pull some shit out and do some crazy shit. My mom's be like, "Yo, he didn't."
Whoa! We supposed to be serious, y'all.
Cut it out. Stop laughing. Ah.
Sorry.
But I understand what you're saying. If you do something, your family knows you. They're gonna try to give you every benefit of the doubt.
I was being legit.
For once, we were the children. Sorry. So
yeah, we were being kids. I'm always a kid. So
yes, you are.
So yeah, I understand that. You know, family's going to take care of family, and they're going to try to, you know, like Sosa said, give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you holding the smoking gun,
this is different.
I mean, even Jeffrey Dahmer's father was like, "No, that couldn't have been my son."
You make a good ass point,
right?
Yeah, motherfucker, that was your son.
Because they think they didn't do it to me. I'm like, yeah, you fed them. Like, a cat always come back and be nice. They don't even do it, you know.
But now you know what, and I don't want to turn this into a race thing, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Black Uber drivers are about to be public enemy number one. No share.
Well, that means motherfuckers just gonna be late then.
Hey, Uber Eats drivers are public enemy number one right now.
Listen. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's switch gears real quick. What? I saw that story about the Uber Eats thing. I told y'all that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I told people don't let nobody touch your food.
It's already bad enough that you let people prepare it that you don't know.
Exactly. So now they got
and scratching their balls and then putting your burger together. And
I don't know if y'all saw it, but they got video of the Uber Eats dude waiting at the door for the girl to open the door, drinking her shake.
Yeah, I saw that.
Look at it.
My problem is, why is the straw
exactly. He looked in the
damn
camera.
thing? Why is the straw in it?
You know them restaurants that like
it was one of those. Yeah, I guess he was doing the thing like
I had to
clap my
wanted
hands.
to drink a shake.
No, he thought he was gonna get a tip because he put the straw in. Is that what he was going for?
They were.
Oh yeah.
You go to a restaurant and they put the straw in your cup and they like take the top of the
Nigga, this ain't Hooters where they try to go overboard and sit with you and crack your shit for you. Fuck out of here.
Uber Eats is probably the worst idea I've ever seen.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's a bad idea.
No. Like,
people deliver stuff all the time.
Thank you, Sosa. Because
this isn't a new idea.
When's the last time you worried about someone eating half your pizza? Like no one.
No. If I want a pizza, I'm ordering it from the pizza place, and a pizza guy is bringing me my food.
Have you ever passed by one of those?
Live across town ain't bringing me my McDonald's.
Have you ever passed one of those pizza places? It's just 3 or 4 dudes sitting out back waiting for the next order. They ain't making the pizza.
Yeah,
random dudes.
They high as fuck.
Yeah, they high. Uber Eats is horrible. It's a bad idea. I went to McDonald's a while back, and it was like 4 random dudes just standing there. And I'm like, did you already order? Said, oh no, we Uber Eats. Somebody sent Uber Eats to McDonald's?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Nah, I don't know. I ain't doing
microwave society, lazy shit that we've been doing.
McDonald's ain't worth paying extra.
You know what they were separating the Uber Eats guy from the food with? A staple.
A what? What?
You mean to staple the bag?
That's how they closed the bag. They stapled it. Click, click.
Well, if I know the bag's open and unstaple, I'm beat. Never mind.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
I'm sorry. That's a horrible. Uber Eats is a bad idea.
No, it's not.
And that's not. And that dude drinking that.
We have an issue with quality control here. That's not really a bad idea.
That's all that is.
That's one story. I saw another story where a chick ordered like one of those bowls with the chicken and rice on it, and the dude ate all the chicken off her rice. He just gave her a bowl of rice.
Nah, man. See, that's what you get for rolling down the street smoking and shit. That's what happens.
Trust issues.
Oh my god.
You got trust issues?
I think it's funny.
Around my food. No. Show ass up and get your food. I wouldn't do the grocery thing either because I ain't want nobody coming to my house after they done licked all my fruit.
I'm not buying fruit that way because I want to pick out my fruit myself.
No.
I'm with you.
Y'all think Mexicans are rubbing their nuts on your fruit in the fields? What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, I'd rather have this pear than this other one. That's what I'm saying.
Is it still racist? I think I was.
I mean,
it's okay.
No, motherfucker, I got people in the fields too.
It feels racist.
Yeah. It's okay. He's Hispanic.
No, he said it. We didn't. It's fine.
It still, it still feels racist.
It still felt bad. It felt wrong.
Every time there's some kind of epidemic, is because somebody rubbed their ass with the fucking apple.
No, that's not every time.
That's how AIDS started.
That's not how. I don't think that's how that works.
I didn't wait. I'm talking about like recall stuff.
I honestly thought Adam ate the apple. I didn't know he rubbed it in his ass, and then everybody found out they was naked.
Well, I mean, by the
person that just came in, I'm sorry
about
that.
Rubbed it on her ass. So.
She wasn't shaving either.
Oh, they left. We get viewers and we lose them. Y'all,
yeah. So you just had to keep your mouth shut. That's all you had to do, bro. We was up to 9 at one point. Now we down to 3.
Yo, I don't even know if people can hear me, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
we hear you loud and clear, bro.
We hear you.
No, but it's just I don't know. Ride sharing and didn't Lyft just go public?
They did.
Lyft just went public,
and on top of that, here's what's funny about Lyft. Lyft just went public, and I forgot how much money they're losing. I think this it's upwards of hundreds of millions of dollars that they're actually
because they got to get those shares bought.
They got to get those shares bought, right? And they're promising, like in their disclosure statement, they actually said that they have a promise of I think it's a 20% return, but eventually they don't give a time frame. They just say we're eventually gonna get that 20% back.
I'm gonna give them $20 to get my $4 back. Thanks.
That's wild. So is it? So the stock is already low?
I don't know. Well, see the thing, yeah, it's the stock. The value of the stock is high. The problem is just that we'll see what happens because Lyft is a company. They're just losing money. Like I mean, they're just hemorrhaging.
Yeah, you gotta.
I mean, we're gonna forget about this.
Well, remember Facebook struggled when they went public too, when that IPO dropped. So
what happens is whenever these companies go public, it's because there are a lot of them like them, and eventually there will be only one, like the fucking Highlander.
You mean like Sirius XM type shit? Yeah, a lot of shit.
Like you said, there was Facebook, there was College Club, there was MySpace, and now it's only Facebook and these little subcategory social networking things.
Well, hell,
damn it, Tom.
Disney owns Fox, so think about that. But the thing is, Fox News and what other part of it functions on its own, though? I can't forget which
Fox
one.
Sports. This is Fox Sports.
Fox Sports. You got it. Because they don't want ESPN to have Disney/ESPN to have a monopoly on sports market. So the local Fox networks that you have, like your Fox Carolinas, Fox Sports South, they'll still be owned by Fox. So ESPN don't try to gob them up and just throw them away.
Oh, damn. Disney went public in 1957.
Yeah. Way back in time.
The share was $13.88.
Shit, that's expensive for back then if you think about it.
Can you get it for that now?
Fuck no. I don't know how much it trades for.
Yeah. I think it's like Izzo got a freeway beard going on.
AR. I forgot Freeway's lyrics just now. I'm tired.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think people just need to be more careful. Unfortunately, that's something that's going to happen, and there are going to be regulations, and people are going to be more aware of what they're doing. Unfortunately, that had to happen in order for that to happen, in order for those safeguards to happen.
You don't remember that one dude that was shooting people after he dropped? He was an Uber driver and started shooting people.
What? I forgot that.
This was like 3 years ago.
Ooh, wow.
Was it that long ago?
Everybody forgot about it.
Was it that long ago?
And that they said it was a white dude, looked fucking crazy. And
hopefully.
And there was so much shit talking about Uber, and then they's like, well, we're gonna regulate our drivers a little more. And 3 years later, everybody forgot about the shit. Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those. We'll forget about it next week.
What else can they do down there, though? I mean, they got cameras like everywhere.
It should have been
in 5 Points places like that. That what you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean,
that people should have got. I hope this is a lesson to everybody.
It comes down to you have to watch the people you're out with.
Right.
If you want to go downtown and be alone, unfortunately, that's a risk you take. I don't say that's good, especially for women. It shouldn't be that way to where women got to feel like they're being preyed upon, but we know the ways of the world that's been going on forever.
Let me think something drastic that they might be able to do or they might implement. There's going to be a central location for those Ubers to park, and you have to walk to them.
Well,
for them Uber cars.
Oh, you mean like almost like an airport type joint?
Yeah,
airports would be like that.
That's honestly the only way that'll work.
But they already got that. It's just not publicized, and nobody knows about it. And I just learned about that today. So
really, talk more about it. Talk more about it.
Oh, I don't know. I just learned about it today.
But there is one in 5 Points.
There is a centralized location that's supposed to be set for that. Yeah.
Oh,
and this is the bad thing. The reporter that was talking about that said that everyone they talked to said, "Oh, that's a cool idea, and I might use it one day." You heard that?
Because a person got dragged away into another county, and you still say might.
Right.
Think about but think about this. We just talked about that people are so lazy that they actually order McDonald's.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna do better food than McDonald's. I'm sorry.
So I mean, that doesn't surprise me that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but this is my other thing is like, why? How come we're looking at this from the standpoint of what can people do differently to not have been taken? It should be that this asshole shouldn't have had the chance to take her because
if he had never been caught doing anything, how would we know?
Well, true story. Right. But my point is like, should we focus on everybody else trying to not get caught by this type of person, or should we focus on these type of people and getting them off the streets?
No, because you can't focus on those type of people. What kind of people are you focusing on?
Yeah, right.
That's when the whole profiling and shit comes out.
All right,
like what kind of people are looking for? That car was clean.
The car was
a nice
clean.
car.
The car was clean. It was nice. But my point is that type of stuff don't just happen, right?
Yeah.
You had to have made comments at some point, or you had to have posted something somewhere. Like
not the way
Dylan
his
Roof.
family was sticking up for him.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
We can't focus on the suspect. We have to focus on how about we stop putting ourselves in position to be victims?
I mean, I think you got to focus on both of them. I don't think you can focus on just one or the other. I think you got to focus on both. But my point is that if you're always focusing on how not to be a victim, it's just like if you're hunting. Like if you're focusing on how not to be shot, you're never gonna get the kill. Does that make sense?
Well,
that's just way off base.
I know what
I see what I know what you're saying. Yeah,
the Spanish getting in the way. I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but
I think he's being racist again to himself. Jesus,
it's I don't when I'm saying focus on not being the victim. I'm not saying
you're basically have some.
Don't put yourself in that situation. This is not like.
I mean, you're saying don't high post when you're far from home, right? I got you. You know,
having some personal accountability,
right. But not just that. Look out for you. My main position, my main point is, why don't you look out for your people?
Right.
Because Brian's a grown ass man. He's gonna be 48 next week.
38. Shit. 38.
My point is, we still hit each other up. Yo, you made it home? Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I mean, that's real talk.
And that's all of us.
Yeah, that's real.
We grown ass men. Why the fuck? And I mean, I don't know.
What is that?
I'm preaching to the choir or whatever.
Is your dog breathing in the mic?
Yeah, I think that's his dog again.
Oh.
Is he like over there humping your foot or something?
No, man. She a pug and she got breathing problems.
Oh yeah, pugs don't breathe well like bulldogs.
No. She got sleep apnea while she awake.
The fuck out of here.
Hey, you fired, bro. No, I mean, I just don't want. I don't know, because I don't even know the young lady, but I just don't want people to start blaming her.
Oh
no,
we're not.
Like, you know what? I think the thing is, I don't think
here. I'm just saying, because we're talking about a whole lot of different people's perspective, right? So
yeah.
I'm not saying us in here. I'm just saying, just in general.
Yeah, and I've been listening to a lot of what people are saying and reading a lot of what people say. I don't think anybody, well, for the most part, I don't think anybody's blaming her, because even if she was sloppy drunk, that does not give her a death sentence, and that does not mean she deserved what she got.
No, it shouldn't have been.
Nobody does. There should have been things that happened within that time frame that didn't happen that could have prevented it.
Right.
You know, if it was one other friend out there, I guarantee you he wouldn't have picked her. You know, if she had looked at the phone for the Uber and paid attention to the picture in the car, because the picture of the people that drive Uber are on the app when they come get you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there are things that could have happened that could have prevented it, but nobody's blaming her.
Nobody.
You know,
no.
I just want to make that clear. I don't think she deserved any of that.
No.
And again, I wasn't saying that we thought that or anything. I was just saying,
clarifying.
Right. Someone, I'm sure someone somewhere has said that it's her fault or whatever, and I just, for someone to premeditate something enough that you have cleaning supplies and you've set the childproof locks on the back so the person can't get out, you know exactly where you're going, on what dirt road you're going to handle this, you know, like we gotta get that find a way to get that type of person. Like even if we doing like what they did back in the day where they sent all those people to like that type of person to like Australia or some shit. You know how like they had islands where they were like, oh, you the type of person who want to rape somebody? Well, you can live on that island, not with the rest of us. You know, I don't know what can be done and how you can do it, but it just seems like it's unfair for people to try and live their life to be a better victim as opposed to just heading off the bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know, but we'll know in the coming weeks what they're planning on doing, because I know there's a board probably right now trying to figure out how we can prevent that. Because that on the bigger picture, there was 2 deaths last week, I believe. One guy was murdered at USC Upstate.
Yep. Oh, somebody brought that to my attention. Got no attention, is what people were telling me. I hadn't even heard about it till last night.
And then you had somebody that committed suicide last week at USC.
Really?
So that's 3 deaths. How USC is looking at this, of course, they don't want any of their students hurt.
Sure.
You know, but they're looking at it as a recruitment situation. Like nobody's going to want to send their kids,
their children here,
right, where they're going to be in danger. So they're probably burning midnight oil right now, trying to figure out how to prevent this stuff from happening.
I hadn't even thought of that point. Yeah.
You remember we had the young lady. I think she was I hate the word rape, but that happened to her in 5 Points, and then that's when they started putting up all those lights, and you saw cops every 5 minutes and all this other stuff, and they continued that just so people would feel
right.
So just so people would continue to feel safe in 5 Points, and you had cops on foot and everything.
I don't know if y'all remember this in like 92, long time ago.
Nope.
It was after I think it was like a Guns N' Roses U2 concert at Williams-Brice. This chick named Dale Dinwiddie like magically disappeared out of 5 Points, was never seen again. And that was like the biggest thing. Do you remember that, Rich, at all? Yeah, I guess because I was living here at the time, and that was like one of those things to where like a lot of people were frantic not trying to come to USC because this girl went to the concert. Everybody went to 5 Points to party afterwards. And then the last place they saw her was that little, it was to that little bar right by that convenience store that was across from where Harper's used to be. Like right there. She went in that bar. This came out and they never saw her again.
Yeah.
You remember that now?
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. And it was kind of eerily reminded me of that before they found out she was killed.
And the sad thing is, this shit happens in all college towns.
All this college towns, you're right. Because people know these people are going to be. Go ahead.
Especially ones like USC, because our campus is an open campus.
Yeah,
it's right in the middle of Columbia. You know, down in Columbia. Just like Indian. I mean, I remember when we was in college, the damn Bloods tried to take over the spot right by the Tree of Knowledge.
And they got kicked right the fuck off.
Yeah.
The students got them right out of here.
Like, this
got
is
them
our
right
spot.
out of here.
Bro, how are y'all gangbanging on the middle of campus?
Got them right out of here. That's when I know y'all were not real around here.
Yeah, that's the Tree of Knowledge right there, man. Get out of my face.
So, I mean, yes, that was the thing.
What kind of crimson that is, homie?
I'm saying.
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what kind of
breathing hard.
We're gonna let's see here.
Put everything together.
Oh, we got time to tackle this last thing. We want to talk about Nipsey.
Yeah,
man.
Nipsey Hussle was gunned down in front of his place of business.
Yeah.
Last week. Was it even last week?
No, yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday. It was like around 6 o'clock our time yesterday. About
you see how quick, how much information you've already learned about that shooting that quick.
More than Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're in a different age too.
Yeah. How many years ago was that?
Let's not.
It's not comparable, but just think about how news gets out. We're in a different age, more cameras, social media.
Like that's the same point we're talking about collaborative stuff.
Yeah, so he was shot 6 times, 5 times in the chest, once in the head.
Yeah,
and immediately after he got shot, well, they said he was rushed to the hospital, so nobody really knew he was dead for a while.
Yeah,
and then they announced it, and that's when all the quote unquote conspiracy theories came out. And I mean, I was part of it. I'm not gonna lie, just because of the things that he had going on. And, you know, most of the time, if somebody who grew up a certain way and starts to try to change their ways, starts doing good for the neighborhood and the community, something happens to him mysteriously. That's just me. That's what I see. And then this happened right after he was, trying to do all these things for the neighborhood. And of course, releasing that documentary on Dr. Sebi. And it was just weird to me. But as far as his music, I really, and I'm not going to lie to you, I really never became too familiar with his music. And I think you guys are probably more familiar than I was.
Yeah, he had some pretty smooth. I mean,
I think he had some decent tracks. I've heard people at work listening to it, and I had like a Victory Lap before I started listening. I'm like, yo, what's that? Like, that's that Nipsey. Then it was like 20 minutes later, yo, what's that? It's that Nipsey. I'm like, well, shit. I've always heard of him. I started finally listening to him, and I'm like, started researching more about him and just seeing all the stuff he did for entrepreneurship, lifting up his community, changing his life and doing all certain types of things. But still, he's like, I ain't gonna be soft. I'll still be a man when I gotta be a man. Y'all still remember when he slapped that dude at the BET Awards? Oh, that was him. That was him. The dude, you don't run up on people, man. I thought it was hilarious. You don't run up on nobody. So,
I mean, I think the man was way more interesting
than the artist.
Music to me.
Music, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not to say that he had some dope tracks. I mean, he's had some lines in it. I was like, oh, that hit hard. but him being who he was and what he was doing for the neighborhood or neighborhoods, everything that he was doing for that and entrepreneurism, that's more interesting to me, especially being, the hand that he was dealt and where he came from. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He was from Crenshaw.
More interesting to me. And I mean, he had old Lauren London too. So
he bagged that.
That was his wife.
Bro.
Oh,
dang, Sosa, get up on your pop culture.
I don't pay attention to these motherfuckers.
We know.
Yeah, so
I'm with Jason though. The man is more interesting than that other shit.
But the thing is, that artist part drew us in, so that was a good way. That makes, unfortunately, that will make a child pay more attention. But the thing is, at least they're giving a good example of somebody who, I started off on the wrong path, and he'll tell you he did. He was selling drugs in front of the place of that business when he was young, and came back to buy the business legitimately with legal money. To show people they can have the right to earn their own money, own the stuff in their hood, not have to pay somebody else to do it. He tried to get people up on their feet, and this shit happens.
Yeah.
He had
conspiracy theories go though. The whole thing around Dr. Sebi is pretty interesting because, and I didn't know this. I learned this through a text earlier, but Lance actually said this, and he was talking about Left Eye. I didn't realize that Left Eye was actually, I believe they're supposedly under Dr. Sebi's
tutelage,
care or whatever when she got in her accident. And then, and then now this. And so from my understanding, Nick Cannon jumped in it and said something like he was, he was going to continue where Nipsey left off. So now if something happens to Nick Cannon, you can't tell me that ain't a trend and that it's not a whole lot of common denominator around Dr. Sebi at that point.
Yeah, we just gotta wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to let it all play out.
I don't say that like you want Nick Cannon to get capped.
No, I don't.
Well, we gotta, wait and see. Maybe his music could get wiped.
I mean, what we gonna do? We can't follow him around. But like I said, that the conspiracy theories came out of why this was happening, why that was happening. I think I told you earlier he had just got the masters for his music. But then when his homeboys came out and said it was just somebody who they told to leave the hood because he was a bad influence. That
I heard there was something about they called him a snitch or some shit like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and they told him to leave the hood and he came back for revenge. So it could be just something as simple as that.
So, but that would tell me that they would have somebody arrested for it, though, and they don't have anybody arrested, right?
Not yet. They can't find the guy yet.
But they have a person of interest.
I mean, yeah.
I have.
They're not releasing. Yeah, they're not releasing names or whatever because they're trying to get that person.
And they don't want to stay.
They know who you are. It's like, well, we just.
I mean, think about it now. Dude has gang ties, quote unquote gang ties.
Yeah, he's a
Nipsey
blood,
does.
right?
Now, yeah, if was he a blood?
Not a Crip. I don't think it
one
is.
of them. But let's say
a lot of red.
You still got gang ties. You kill him, and they say your name on the news.
Yeah,
who gonna find you first?
I don't think. To be honest,
you're gonna get mutilated, bro.
I don't think they have to say his name on the news, though. To be honest,
yeah, they know
not
who
if his homeboy saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the word is probably already out on who it is.
But also, if I read that right, multiple people that was standing out front with him got shot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a couple other people. It wasn't just him. So even when people said like, "Oh, there was other people shot."
He's a Crip.
Oh, he's a Crip.
Yeah, he's a Crip.
You see, I don't know enough about gangs, which is good.
Yeah, I was looking up here, but anyway, yeah. So I mean, they're probably just trying to do this thing as quietly as possible, because he even said during an interview when he was talking about the Dr. Sebi thing, he said, if something happened to me, roll. He was like, avenge my death, pretty much.
Yeah.
So he said he was making big enemies with the documentary. So if something happens to him, avenge my death is pretty much what he was saying.
But I still I think we like Define Coincidences with stuff like that instead of.
I understand.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not, by no means am I saying like it's not a possibility. I mean, anything is legitimately possible, but we just kind of went through, it went from being this conspiracy theory track and the fact that he was better in his community and the fact that he was going up against Dr. Sebi, with Dr. Sebi's treatment claims, and then being able to say that this is going up against Big Pharma, to now where it's basically just like, nah, it's just a dude who he told to get out the hood. Yeah. And it's just a revenge plot. So I think we as human beings, we try to find a pattern in something, like, but then ultimately we sound like, I don't know if y'all have seen BoJack Horseman, but when Todd like goes on his rant trying to figure out how to make patterns between donuts, and then how BoJack took his business down, like, that's the kind of stuff that we just do. And there's mental gymnastics that just happen just because it's like, well, it looks like it could be, so therefore it is. This is how we get flat Earth. So
flat Earth. I
mean, so I'm definitely not saying that, that's not a possibility. It's just that I really don't think that. I think in this case, and it's really, really unfortunate, especially because the man was trying to do something better for his community.
Yeah.
But like in a day and age where we've had some, let's just be honest, in the last, decade or so, we've had some really, really powerful Black leaders, and they still here with us. So, I mean, to go ahead and say that something like this is going to be in a similar vein, I think it's just kind of, I think we're jumping to conclusions that really aren't well founded.
I was just reading. It says that they actually had a meeting at Rock Nation to talk about ways that they could help stop gang violence and help the kids.
But did they already have it? I thought that was like the next day.
Yeah, I think it was like, it was supposed to be. It was
supposed to be that Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, today?
No, I'm sorry. Scheduled early Monday. Yeah, it was supposed to be today.
Yeah.
It's a really unfortunate coincidence, man. Because that and because I mean, especially because even if you look at it, the fact that he was telling somebody to get out of the community because they were a bad influence, that just yields to the same thing that, just about the talk he was trying to have with somebody else. So it's really, really unfortunate.
Yeah,
I mean, especially when you got someone trying to do right, and then it's just like, I don't like you, so I'm gonna take your life because of it. That's just that makes.
I think, like you said, man, we just really don't want anything to be so easy and cut and dry. You're mad, so you killed them. We try to find a deeper meaning and a deeper reason for a lot of things. So I think that's where we're caught up in right now. There has to be a reason.
Yeah, it's got to be more.
That guy.
It's just got to be more than just that. When unfortunately, I mean, because again, we don't know.
This guy knows that he's going to pay for what he did.
Oh yeah, no,
there's no way to get away from that.
He's got problems.
So there has to be a reason. Somebody either had to take care of his family if he did it or something. Now, there's always somebody trying to draw some kind of correlation, something deeper.
But I have a quick point. I don't know if it's going to be quick, but I have a point. Even if somehow this conspiracy theory would be somehow true, at the end of the day, we all know, and everybody said this is a Black guy that did it. Even if he was paid off by some magical team of people, at the end of the day, it still was a black man who killed that man, who the people in the hood knew. Why don't we put value on like the people who are uplifting? Why at some point either we'll sell it off for $, sell it off because my feelings were hurt. You know, I want to get clout. Why the fuck does that mean anything? Do people don't not understand death is finality? They don't get it until they're in jail. Like, I like to learn from other people's mistakes. I don't know about y'all, it's me. I'd rather not make the mistake. Hell, if somebody says, hey, that plate's hot as hell, I just burnt my finger off. Nigga, I ain't gonna touch the plate. That's just me. Like, we gotta put value in each other, man. That's all I was thinking about today. Like, everybody who was black, who halfway heard of Nipsey and knew what he did, was just like, I feel like we lost the king. I kind of feel that way.
Right.
Because when somebody does that much, he was 33, that young, and gets it. He talks about entrepreneurship, owning your own shit. And it's like, that's what, like, not even just black people, ethnic people need to do, or hell, people that are poor and disenfranchised, going against this big machine we see going on in America where we're getting left behind. Like, that's the shit we need. And it's like, we are seeing people like that get picked off left and right. And it's kind of like, a lot of times it's us doing it. It ain't them, it's us. So when is that going to change?
I don't know, man. I
it upset me, man. I was bothered all day by it.
I understand it. It's like, I hate to try to come up with a scapegoat or a reason like that, but it's just that we've been so screwed with for so long. I think it's kind of just separated us from the collective, or kind of just messed our minds up to the point where we don't really know who to put our trust in, or who to lean on, or where we're supposed to be putting our feet. That's why so much of us are can't be grounded. We don't know if we doing the right thing by doing the wrong thing, or if we're not doing enough by doing everything we can. It's just it's a confusing and horrible struggle that we're going through every single day. And I think this, because we're struggling with identity and place, it kind of develops a frustration within us, and that comes out in violence. That comes out in a violent way. I mean, of course, you might see somebody that's doing well in the community and building all these businesses. What somebody else sees is weakness.
I celebrate that, man. I'm not going to envy that, man.
Yeah,
right.
Which we should. We should hold him up, celebrate him, thank him, tell him he's doing a great job. But it's just that's not in people anymore. And I don't even think it's a race thing. I just don't think it's in anybody hardly.
Oh man,
that's not even just anymore. Hell, if you want to flip back to the Malcolm X thing, even though people say it's such and such did this, did that, it was black people who put slugs in his chest.
I did hear some conspiracy about that.
Yeah, I didn't even want to go into it because I don't want to twist it up, but I have to. But
yeah,
that's
it is what it is.
Shit, I mean, they even got conspiracy theory on Prodigy.
What?
He was starting because he was starting to spit that knowledge, and it was like, how the fuck he got sickle cell, so he ate an egg, and he got a seizure and he died. I guess that doesn't ring true to some people. I don't know.
Oh, I got you.
Who was the little mumble rapper that started changing his ways and then ended up going to jail?
Some dummy.
No, it was
don't know.
Not Kodak Black, but the guy with the tattoo between his eyebrows.
Oh, you're talking about 21 Savage.
21 Savage, yeah. He started spitting knowledge and talking about,
and then Ice picked him up. You're right.
Yeah, Ice picked him up.
That was 6ix9ine. He did that shit.
No, 6ix9ine is a piece of shit, and he's snitching on everybody while he was involved. Get out of here, boy.
But I think they ended up dropping everything for Savage, though, didn't they?
They did. They did.
Yeah, because they didn't have anything. They had no reason to pick him up in the first place.
Except that he wasn't from America.
Yeah.
Right. He's an immigrant.
I think Ice been just trying to flex their muscles to prove that they serve a point, and we're finding more and more they really don't, because a lot of people in the next election are like trying to find ways to eliminate them.
Except Trump humpers, because they like that shit.
Right. Welcome.
They like that shit. Boy, they eating up this Biden stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, like I asked, how was he not vetted 10 years ago?
What Biden stuff? You know, I've been working.
They're saying Biden was touching
Being
people inappropriately.
I've heard that for
areas,
a long
like
time. Well, Trump did, and he just out here floating free too.
Trump admitted that he did it.
Yeah.
Biden really sincerely honest, like, I didn't know I was doing that. I'm sorry. The hug was too long. I apologize. I'm not saying he didn't know. But I'm saying he seemed really remorseful about it.
I mean,
Trump was like, yeah, I did it.
I
do it again.
I did see a picture of Biden where he was, I forget who it was, but somebody's husband was giving like a speech, and he had like both hands.
Oh,
he had a hand on both shoulders.
Uncle Joe, go ahead, Uncle Joe.
She even got that look on her face, like, yeah, I'm gonna meet you in the bathroom in 5. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna meet you in the motorcade.
I didn't have any friends,
but they loving it and they washing in the glory of it. But I'm like, your president pretty much said he did it and didn't apologize. So
yeah, that bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, he said when Miss Teen America, he was like, he used to go in there and in their locker room.
Oh my God.
And make them.
They might not even want to kiss you. You get to kiss them anyway.
Yeah,
that's
right.
fucking creepy.
Make them just stand there naked and talk to me. Like, you're talking about kids. You're talking about teenagers.
Thank you. It doesn't matter. He's made weird comments about his daughter.
At least Biden, if he was doing it, he was doing it with someone that seemed like they were digging it too. He was pulling old Bill Clinton. You know how Clinton was all smooth and shit?
Yeah.
He was pulling the Clinton. Let me take this cigar, girl.
What?
Y'all are rude.
Yeah. Did you say something about doing something to Paris when she was like 12?
I don't know. Trump. He said something about his He said if she wasn't my daughter, I'd date her or something.
I'm talking about Paris Hilton. He said something about her too. He was like, I can't believe she's of age. You looking at her now. You future dating that. Okay. Okay, Woody Allen.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. Oh man, it's funny until you really think about the reality of it, and then it's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, Woody Allen adopted his daughter when she was like 9, and then married her when she turned 18.
That is creepy,
that's
nasty.
Yeah,
but anyway, anybody got any shotgun topics they want to?
Ooh, I got one.
I got one, but it's gonna be short.
All right. So I think this goes back to stuff that you never heard someone play or listen to in their car. All right, so we were Brian. You made a post the other, this I think it was today, right?
Yeah,
about a song because you were talking about country music and you saying how people I've never heard you listen to the song before. So is there any song that you listen to that nobody would think that you listen to?
Is there a song on my play? Like I said, was there a song on your gym playlist?
Yeah. Song on your gym playlist that you'll be judged for.
There are several songs on my gym playlist that I would be judged for. And I thought about the song while I was in the gym today, and the song with the Dark Horse song. Is that what it's called? Dark Horse.
Talking about the song with Juicy J and the
Katy Perry came on, and I was like, I wonder if anybody else listens to this. I wonder if anybody would be embarrassed if they knew I listened to this.
I mean, everybody's heard that song a lot, so
yeah.
And I mean that was also when Katy Perry was hot.
She's weird looking now.
Yeah, she doesn't cut like all that. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it now, but
that haircut doesn't work for her. But don't tell her that.
But at that point though, with that Juicy J song, she was bad.
Yeah, I mean that's one. I'm looking at my gym playlist now.
I don't have nothing on that.
I got Johnny Cash "Hurt" on my playlist.
What?
Sorry, you know what?
Johnny Cash "Hurt."
Sometimes you in the gym, you just trying to get out some inner demons.
Yeah, you in there, you killing it, man. You killing yourself. You're like, I hurt myself today. And you're doing your thing, and you kind of feel it. It goes.
You're still being judged.
Yeah. I got you back. I ain't judging you on that.
I can't see how that would work. But
I don't have anything like that.
Oh man,
I feel you, Brian.
I don't have anything like that.
Oh, I know I'm not the only one about to give a song. I tell you that much.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
I said, I know I'm not the only one that's about to give a song out. I tell you that much.
Oh, now we're gonna let you sit there with that one.
All right, we gotta find songs. I don't know, like mine shit. People probably already know the stuff I listen to.
I mean, like the one, I guess the one guilty pleasure of mine would be OT Genesis. Push It.
Oh, yeah, that's
They
amped you up though.
I mean,
it does. It does.
Into the money. Everybody mad. That's OT Genesis too.
Banana
That's
Boat, Harry Belafonte is on my playlist too.
The what now?
Harry
I mean,
Belafonte.
I don't know about the gym,
Banana
but
Boat song. Dale.
Why?
How the fuck you get hype off that?
Get into it.
No, hey, Brian does pre-workout and he snores coke, then he goes to the gym because there is no fucking way.
He's the one doing those weird workouts where they got
was messed up. I was in the gym. I was in the gym last week, and I was listening to my headphones, and I took them off real quick, and somebody else was in there using the Bluetooth radio.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, "Hey man, if you want to turn your music on, you can."
You're like, nah, man, I'm good, fam.
Mine would be the most cussing, ratchet, turn up type music. That's what I listen to when I'm in the gym.
yeah, I
Just-
mean, I like Belafonte, but I can't say I like listen to that in the gym.
Yeah.
I don't care what y'all listen to.
I'm more like Killer Mike, 8 Ball and MJG and Migos type person. You know.
Yeah, I got a lot of heavy stuff on here, but I asked the question.
I'll have to also say that I do put some Black Sabbath on my gym playlist.
See, I
Good
can dig
Lord.
that. I can dig
You
that.
need Jesus.
What?
I could dig that.
I'm saying, man, the main riff for Iron Man, boys. This is a that'll
Hey,
get you.
that
Right.
used to be Chipper Jones walk up music, so I fuck with it. That's when I started listening to it.
That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything odd. I have like the Skrillex and the Doors song on mine. That's about it.
I'm just saying though, but "Hurt" by Johnny Cash though, that
That
just
shit rides, man.
Queens of the Stone Age got some.
no, I
upbeat
like the
songs.
song. It's just on the gym playlist is where I'm like,
You want to talk about it, Brian? No?
I'm in the gym to get it out.
Ooh, pause. But anyway,
Yeah.
hey, Rich, Queens of the Stone Age, I listen to like during cardio.
I could see that though because
That
they got a nice cadence to it.
Exactly.
Interesting, man.
Oh hell yeah, I can
Yeah.
dig that. There's some Guns N' Roses songs you could throw on there. It's a lot of 80s and early 90s rock can go on there easily.
I mean, every once in a while, just because like I'll throw on the theme for Mortal Kombat.
Dun, 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 dun. That's
Yeah, every once in a while, man.
Mortal Kombat. Dun, 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 dun,
Somebody
dun.
Just be standing over the bench like
came
this.
flying across the gym for no reason.
Finish him.
I remember they used to play that
could've
in
been.
the gym when I was in middle school. I'm like, why the fuck are they playing these Jock Jam songs? I hated those songs. Oh, I hated them.
Yo, those CDs were terrible.
Yes, I hated them. And I remember my cousin had all of them and used to play them randomly. Like, nobody wants this. I used to hate those commercials. Yeah.
All right, we wrapping it up here.
I got one.
Okay.
R.I.P. Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor would have been 36 today. The DB that played for the Redskins that got killed.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace, brother. He would have been what? 36
today. He was born in April 1st, 1983. Time is flying. He got killed almost 12 years ago
Jeez.
by those kids that ran up in his house trying to steal his stuff because they knew he had money.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you could like trade people?
Yes, Sosa, but no Sosa.
No, you can't say that. Oh,
But I would have
loved
loved
the
to
racial
see.
draft.
No, I would have loved to see how good he
No.
would have been in NFL, man. He was a phenomenal safety. Oh my
yeah,
god,
more like
he was so good. No, we're not.
not-
We're not. No, you're not going to talk
I
about.
can't
Fred.
say it.
No,
All
we're not
right,
going to
so
talk about D'Angelo Hall like that. Stop.
last topic. I'm very grateful that our brother Brian has got a shiny head like the rest of us.
I didn't know where he was going. I didn't know. I'm like, you might have a kid.
I don't know
Brian?
what
Tell me.
Don't get used to it. I'm gonna have a full head of hair in another 2 weeks.
All right, don't be an
Fuck
asshole.
you.
Don't be an asshole.
I'm just
Brian,
saying.
Brian take biotin gummies. He take biotin gummies. He take those little gummies women be taking. Nigga hair be growing back so goddamn fast.
Take something, man.
That's rude. It's called good genes.
All he did was get it cut down low enough so people say, "Well, that's not a weave."
And we know we in that age now. We can get weaves, guys.
Get man weaves.
As long as you got enough hair, you can get on the sides. You can get a weave.
What? Anyway, goodbye.
Whatever.
If
Don't act like
you reach us,
talking over there.
we're going to broadcast audio on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google. What is it called?
Pornhub is what Sosa said.
What's it called? Google what?
Play Music.
Google Play Music.
Yes.
If we ever start this broadcasting on Pornhub, y'all can kick me out the podcast. I don't want to
Why? Pornhub. No.
because it's a bunch of dudes on here, bro. Like
Women
We're
are-
not watching it.
it's not cool at all.
Okay. Miss out on your market, Jason.
In here. And our social medias, our Twitters are on each of those broadcasting platforms I just named. We'll be here next Monday with more topics. Anybody got anything else they want to say before I end this?
Just real quick, shout out to Jordan Peele. He doing the Twilight Zone. That shit is dope.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
not.
it. But I don't have CBS All Access.
I
and
need
they ain't
to
paying
check
for
it. I still haven't seen Us yet either, so don't
I
spoil
got
it.
Fire Stick.
See, Brian.
See,
Our
there you go.
brother Jordan Peele.
I
Uplift him.
never get anywhere as a people.
You learn anything tonight, uplift your brother.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't have a problem with
Watching on NBC.
No, it's
Huh?
on CBS All Access. You got to subscribe to that.
In a world, no. So
I
we'll
don't
see
have
y'all
a problem
next-
with
Thank you
him
so
saying
much
he's
for
not
allowing
going to cast no white people.
I talked all over you.
Let's save that for next. Let's save that one. We gonna
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
let's say
forget.
that.
So okay.
Well, make sure you write it down. We'll put it-
So we'll see y'all next week, man. Y'all thank you so much for allowing us to keep you company, and we'll talk to you. Peace.